through spring. What's it been like just getting acclimated with the offense, this tempo and everything?
It's been, let's see, I would like to say it's a challenge, but it's also really good, though. Just like, the tempo, you're going to have more opportunities. You're going to have, like, explosive passes, Just, like, the offense is just, like, so, I want to say, up-tempo, and I love that. So, like, so many opportunities to make plays. So what you can do.
This is an offense that needs playmakers at that position. How much have you embraced that challenge? And do you feel like you've positioned yourself where the coaches can really depend on you through your first half of spring ball?
Wholeheartedly embrace that challenge. And, I told coaches, like, you can count on me whenever, whether it's deep ball, short pass. I'm working on a lot of stuff, which I realized that I'm going to need to improve on for, like, the season and whatnot. But I love it, though.
The fact you're having to learn a new offense, though, has it been take us through that process?
It's kind of like it's kind of like a foreign language, but I mean, like, hey, you got to do it. So I mean, like, why not? So it is challenging, but my thing is I gotta separate Michigan's offense opposed to like here because we're like the same name of the play, but like we'll have different responsibilities. Besides that, I've been doing pretty well.
What's been the toughest adjustment for you?
Probably just the tempo, just like no huddling, stuff like that. Probably say just the tempo and how fast it goes, and you got to know your responsibility like that because ball snap immediately.
Talking to LV and JJ, seems like you've gotten pretty close to those guys. How much have those two helped you so far?
It helped me a lot, especially in the off season. Like when I got here, we used to go to like the receiving room, draw the plays up. LV and JJ would quiz me like, "What do you got on this play? What if the DB does this? What'd you do?" So they've been really big like role models for me in that aspect.
What's been working like with Dylan?
Been pretty well. He's very energetic. I'll tell you that. Like very energetic, positive. Always saying we need to get reps together. We need to improve on this. If we mess up, we're gonna get it back. So stuff like that.
We've seen you return some punts too in practice. Is that something you're pretty comfortable with? Did you do that at Michigan at all?
I did it a little bit here and there. We had AJ Henning, and he was pretty good. So I was he's like my best friend. So I kind of just did it, tagged along with him, and like I actually like got to doing it pretty good. So I've gotten a lot more comfortable with that.
When you guys go good on good against the defense, who has stuck out on the other side of the ball? Cornerback, safeties, who's looked the best?
I can't even answer who's done the best because they've all made plays, like whether it's here or there, you know what I'm saying? So,
is there any one player you line up against and say, okay, this is going to take my best?
Not really. I don't even look at anybody different, you know what I'm saying? I just look at I got to score, you know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Have you been able to make it, enough plays to give some confidence that you're going to be a role?
100%.
What's the competition level been like between offense and defense, just kind of pushing each other?
The competition level here has been very intense. I'd say that for sure. It's just whether it's the ones-on-ones, twos-on-twos, threes-on-threes, it's always like we're battling, straining, whether it's blocking, you know what I'm saying, like drills, whatever like that. It's always like a competition of you got to win your matchup, and whoever wins the most matchups, we're going to win like the play, you know what I'm saying? So.
You brought up Dylan as individually, but quarterbacks as a whole, what's your overall thoughts on him?
Quarterbacks are really good. They can throw the ball. It's just so effortless. Like when I'll sit back and watch, and it's just like beautiful, like ball in the air. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Any adjustment to DG being lefty? Some of these guys say that the lefty.
I used to. At first, when I got here, I thought it would affect me, but it really didn't. It's just, especially since I'm playing more like the left side, it's I can kind of see him where he's gonna throw the ball, especially if he's opening up to me. So that actually kind of helps in a sense. So.
You talked about the terminology being the same on some plays that maybe you have different responsibilities on from what you did in Michigan. How much of an adjustment has that been, and just how much work do you have to put in to sort of make sure you're where you need to be every time?
It's kind of like, in a sense, unlearning a language and then like learning a new one. So it's not bad, but it is kind of frustrating sometimes, like you want to be perfect, obviously. You don't want to mess up, but I kind of just told myself, if I make a mistake, just go full speed. We can correct it later. Just get open. That's control what I can control.
Are you still catching yourself like, oh, I need to do that instead of this?
I did that today,
like
actually.
Oh,
yeah. Yep. I ran a dig instead of a post. So.
Is it coming less often
yes,
now?
No doubt, 100%. So.
Would it been easier just to have two different, for every, like no overlap to learn the offense and not have any kind of recall?
That's I don't think so. Just because like. You know how to play different techniques and like just experience. That's like the main thing. When you get to this level, like the more experience you got about like a DB, whatever like that, going and get somebody like live, it helps a lot. So with learning the offense, I don't think it would be harder either one way.
What's it been like working with Coach Levy and Coach Jones, just learning how they teach?
I love it. So my mom was actually at practice a couple weeks ago, and she was just saying, because I'm from Michigan, she came up with my brothers, and she was saying like she loves the drills that we were doing, as do I, and just like he really focuses and harps on like the small details, like whether you can make I made like an 80-yard touchdown in practice like that, or like a couple days ago, and he was just saying you could have did this better. You know what I'm saying? So like he really holds you to a standard of don't be too high and don't be too low, and I love that because like you make a big play, you think like oh like like I'm the man, but next play mentality, and even just like the drills we go through, like I'm really working on putting those more to like real like game situations. That's what I got to do. But like in the drills, like, I love them. Like
Is that Coach Jones?
yes,
Okay.
and then Coach Levy, I mean his offense he's a mastermind. So I don't know how he does it, but it's just like sometimes you just be running like damn like where's everybody at? You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing feeling to have that though.
I imagine you knew that the tempo of this offense was a whole lot maybe faster than what you did before. What has it surprised you as you've gotten on the field into it, just how fast it's been?
The first day it got me. It kind of crept up on me. I thought I was in shape, but yeah, it was tough. But after that, I realized I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Like like I got through it. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. And then after that first day, I really realized like, okay, it's not bad. And like, I like it though because it catches the defense off guard. You'll be lined up, ready to go, and they're not even set yet. So I mean, it helps us advantage.
You mentioned you scored the other day in practice. Can you tell us kind of what that play was like?
I think it's like a deep ball actually.
Yeah.
It's either a post or a goal, something like that.
Who threw it?
Yeah, I can't leak on that. Can't leak on that.
Was it weird, when you were going through portal recruitment, and I believe it was before Coach Jones was hired, right?
Yeah.
Not knowing who the position coach would be.
Well, it was actually kind of funny that me and Coach Jones kind of committed on like the same day, but I didn't know that he was gonna be here. It was kind of weird. Like I thought he was recruiting to Tech, but he actually was saying like, yeah, like I'm probably gonna be at Oklahoma, and it just happened like we were learning the playbook together. So it was actually like I feel like it was meant to be with Coach Jones.
So he was a big factor in your coming here?
Yeah, I was talking to my parents about him, and like I talked to him. We were talking during the national championship actually, just like small talk and just seeing like who we think's gonna win, what we like about the offense, stuff like that, and we hit it off from there.
What are your overall impressions, just of being here in Oklahoma versus being in Michigan?
Well, the weather, it got me a couple times. Just like 85 in Michigan is like a summer, opposed to here. We had that like twice last week, and like I was gassed on a Monday. But besides that, it's not too much different. Just being in Oklahoma, I love it. Like I'll just go out and sit on my porch sometimes, just relax and just be at the house, but like be to myself a little bit. Football wise, I mean like it's like a receiver's dream to be in this offense. You know what I'm saying? So.
What about how is Jackson working with Jackson Arnold? How is that?
Jackson's been improving a lot. We got together like the first or second week when we got here, and I really saw like his kid's arm is amazing, and he's been running. He can run pretty well. I didn't know he could move like that, but just seeing him develop as a quarterback, just identifying blitzes and stuff like that, it was really like cool to see that because like I came in with J.J. McCarthy at Michigan, and like he was a 5-star, he was highly recruited, and I just look at him as the same like he's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? So.
What stood out to you? Sorry, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
What stood out to you about the relationship that those two have, Jackson and Dylan, and the way that they work together?
Well, like I see Jackson picking up on stuff that Dylan does, and like I don't really see like any clash or nothing like that. So that's really what it was about. Like bringing this offense together because I mean they're both going to be contributors, but like they're great quarterbacks. So I mean competition is a good thing, just like we have everywhere on the field.
I'm just curious, coming to a team that, really, didn't meet expectations or really come close to it. What did you feel when you came into this locker room, as a newcomer?
Well, I just felt like we got a chip on our shoulder, and me going to the playoffs back-to-back years, like I want to do that again. I came here to win a national championship, make plays, contribute to the team. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't come here to go 5-7. So like my goal in my head is to help this team do whatever it needs to do.
And do you feel that amongst the guys
yes,
that are
no doubt. Everybody knows that like that's not acceptable, and whether it's the first year, third year in this offense, whatever it is, blah blah blah, like that's not okay, and like we're gonna bounce back for sure.
What are some of the traits of the team that makes the college football playoffs? And what, if any of them, have you seen so far this year?
Leadership for sure. Whether probably I say from the older people, and then it trickles down to the younger ones, whatever. Whether it's lead by example, actions, like speeching, just talking to them. You know what I'm saying? And then just chemistry is another big one. Not a lot of clashing like among teammates, stuff like that. Those are like the two main ones, and then just obviously working hard and not being negative and complaining a lot. So that's
Nice